And here we are, folks, part 5. We're going to wrap up our 2026 goals and talk about getting things done. Now, previously I mentioned the project manager agent can do work for you, but of course you're going to get some work done. So what are some ways to make this happen quickly? I love the group by progress. So let's accomplish some things. You'll see the agent's done some work for me, but I'd like to say, hey, maybe I accomplished this item. Let's put it over here and completed. Maybe on one of these items I got started but didn't get everything done. Let's take a look at some things. This is maybe 50% complete. And you can even add, if you'd like, notes here about what's happening. Now that I've got some things accomplished, you might want to pause and reflect. How are you doing? Well, what I love about Planner is I have a lot of different reports I can take a look at. Let's take a look at charts. Here is a great summary of the status. You can hover on these. You can even click on these to see what's in progress. I've got a quick look at what's going on. Of course, I'm doing all the work. This is a fake resource on my project who's not doing anything. But even better is I have this new reports item, and I would like AI to write a status report of how I'm doing on my progress for all of my goals for 2026. Let's go ahead and get started. And maybe I care about what did I do last month, last week. You decide. How about last month? And generate. This is where you grab your coffee and let the software do the work for you. And now our report is ready. I got a quick alert that said I can take a look. It's got the date of the report, my executive summary. You're in charge of your own project. Let's see what it has to say. It's got a nice summary. It gave me a timeline, which I can organize differently if I like. And some exciting things. It's telling me what's going on, where's my progress. And I love that it's organized according to the goals I like. Picked up a few spelling mistakes for me. Once I've reviewed my report and I like it, I can keep it and then next week come back and do another one. So you can actually see your progress week by week, month by month, and so on. Now, I know some of you are thinking about your goals and you're like, wow, some of those tasks were a little bit challenging to accomplish. I've got another tip for you before we wrap up. Let me go back to board view, and maybe you haven't noticed that some of your tasks might involve a lot of steps. Did you know that you have a personal checklist? So if one task seems a little bit too much and you want to add 2 or 3 items to accomplish it, that is perfectly okay. So you can fine-tune your tasks with a personal checklist, or you can make additional tasks. So as you are working on your project, it's completely up to you how granular you are with your tasks. I'll just say item 1, 2, and 3 so you can see how this works. But you can individually mark items off. So you don't have to complete the whole task, but for personal satisfaction, I like to mark off intermediate items if needed. So hopefully I've given all of you a lot of ideas of how you might set up your next project in an agile approach. And thank you for joining me on this 5-step planning challenge. And I'd love your feedback on what you thought was most valuable.